Eddie Guerrero, Brock Lesnar, WWE Championship is on the line. Eddie gets the chance to become champion. Eddie gets the chance to become champion, and if I watch this match over again, I can tell you 100% it gives me goosebumps even 20 years later to see Eddie Guerrero finally do what nobody thought he was ever going to be able to do, and that is become world champion in a major wrestling promotion and defeat someone like Brock Lesnar. The question is, will history repeat itself? Will Eddie Guerrero be able to defeat the next big thing now? Brock is on top. Eddie catches him with a power slam to the floor. Eddie catches him with a power slam to the floor. Brock coming off the top rope, and Eddie caught him with a power slam. Eddie grinds his boot across the bridge of the nose and the forehead of Brock Lesnar. Into the barricade goes the next big thing. Eddie careens the forehead of Brock Lesnar off the barricade and then sends Brock into the steps. Eddie's got to pull out all the stops tonight against the next big thing. Otherwise, Eddie will not leave WWE Champion. Eddie has everything it takes to be world champion and be at the top of the mountain. Eddie and Brock are on the outside, are spending more time on the floor than they are on the ring. Eddie now gets introduced to the steps. Brock is now taking it to Eddie on the outside. A big, tremendous suplex right here from Brock Lesnar on Eddie Guerrero. A big suplex from Brock Lesnar on Eddie Guerrero. Brock avoids Eddie's eye poke. Brock avoids Eddie's impression of the Three Stooges. And I think that just pissed off Brock Lesnar because Brock raised the intensity level, if that's possible, for Brock Lesnar to do. As now at the count of 8, both these men make their way back to the ring. Brock shoots the half, goes for the first lateral press of the matchup. Eddie pops the shoulder up. Eddie nips up. Brock overshoots him. Eddie with a suplex. Eddie's going for the gory special. Weakening the beast. Weakening the next big thing is something that Eddie's got to do. And submissions. I don't know if the gory special is the ideal way to do it, but it's one of the ways to do it. High elevation dropkick by Eddie. Takes down Brock Lesnar. Eddie immediately follows it up by going up top. Missile dropkick off the top rope by Eddie Guerrero. Follows it up with a lateral press. 2. And Eddie gets a 2 count on Brock Lesnar. Brock kicks out. Brock reverses Eddie. Sends him into the ropes. And a big power slam by the next big thing. But Eddie with a lateral press. Eddie with an inside cradle. Excuse me. Eddie sends Brock into the corner. Eddie's following Brock up to the top rope. Hurricane Rana out of the corner by Eddie Guerrero. Brock pops himself back up. Eddie connects with the eye poke. I think if there's anything that's going to piss off Brock Lesnar, it's getting poked in the eye. So Eddie better watch himself. I think the ref caught Eddie putting his feet on the ropes. just for some extra leverage. Drop down from Brock Lesnar and a spear. Ladder press. Eddie kicks out, pops out the count of one. Pops up at the count of one. Brock has not slowed down this match to the point where Eddie's going to regret letting Brock have such an advantage. Brock gets caught with an eye poke again from Eddie Guerrero. European uppercut. Again. Overhead, belly-to-belly suplex by Eddie Guerrero to Brock Lesnar. Brock catches Eddie. Draws the kick in and reverses him. Drops him with an electric chair. A variation of the electric chair drop. Eddie was looking to roll to the outside, but Brock caught him. Eddie caught the kick coming in from Brock. Brock goes for a powerbomb. Eddie fights out of the powerbomb. High elevation dropkick by Eddie. And Brock rolls to the floor. Eddie has Brock rocked. Brock rocked. I think Eddie thought about it. I think Eddie was thinking about it. And he chose to take advantage of it. Tope suicida. Brock is on the rocks. And you can't let Brock recover. You can't let the eyes get back. You can't let what is here. Right now, Brock is on the rocks. His eyes are glazed over. Eddie with a springboard Hurricane Rana. He takes down at Brock. Brock gets caught. Eddie goes up top. Brock's getting back up though. Hurricane Rana off the top by Eddie Guerrero. Brock kicked out. Second time's the charm. Pops the hips once. Pops the hips twice. Eddie is going for the Three Amigos. And he's about to drop Brock pretty much right in the middle of the ring. Eddie's going up top. Eddie's up top. Brock moved. Eddie missed the frog splash. Eddie tried to clothesline Brock to the floor, but Brock held on and made Eddie regret it. Unique bit of offense there from the next big thing. Brock catches Eddie. F5. The F5. Ladder press. And Eddie kicked out. Powerbomb. Sit out powerbomb by Brock Lesnar to Eddie Guerrero. Brock's going for the ladder press again. Eddie popped the shoulder up again. But Brock takes him down. Back body drop by Brock. Big spine buster by the next big thing. And Brock has got everything in his control. Or he did for a second. Eddie with a basement dropkick. Neckbreaker by Latino Heat. Into the ropes goes Brock Lesnar. Leapfrog from Eddie Guerrero. European uppercut. Or a high elevation elbow. You want to talk about high elevation? Eddie just hit the high elevation dropkick. Brock's moving and shaking already. Eddie with a corner clothesline. Brock pops himself back up, but Eddie's ready. Eddie is ready. Fisherman suplex by Eddie. Brock's getting back up again. Brock is not staying down. Brock Lesnar is not staying down. Eddie with a missile dropkick. Goes for the ladder press. 2. Brock kicked out. Again, Brock Lesnar's getting up. Brock gets taken down with a T-bone. Brock gets taken down with a T-bone suplex. Eddie's back up top. Eddie is back up top. Brock is getting back up, though. Eddie has felt it this match. Eddie drops Brock with a Hurricane Rana. Eddie drops Brock with a Hurricane Rana, coming off the top rope again, keeping the speed at another level. Keeping the match going, keeping the pace quick is what Eddie needs to do. He can't fall into the clutches of the next big thing. He can't fall into the clutches of the next big thing. If he does that, Brock will walk away, still WWE Champion. But Eddie Guerrero is trying to do everything in his power to keep Brock Lesnar down. Eddie's trying to do everything in his power to keep Brock Lesnar down, but that is something that is easier said than done. Eddie. Brainbuster. Brainbuster by Eddie. Brainbuster by Eddie, but this match has taken its toll on Eddie Guerrero as his energy is not what it was. Brock gets taken down. Frog splash, but Eddie's going back up top. Eddie's going back up top. He wants to know that if he keeps Brock down, that Brock will stay down. Brock kicked out. 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 I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think Eddie was a little frustrated. I think Eddie was a little flustered. I think Eddie was a little confused. A fisherman suplex does Brock Lesnar in. A fisherman suplex does Brock Lesnar in. And this match ends in shocking fashion because I don't think anybody expected it to end with a fisherman suplex. But either way, Eddie Guerrero is WWE Champion. Eddie Guerrero is WWE Champion. Eddie Guerrero does what everybody thought would not be possible. Eddie Guerrero does what everybody thought he would never be able to do. Eddie Guerrero beats Brock Lesnar and becomes WWE Champion. Congratulations, Latino Heat. Even after 20 years, the result still gives us goosebumps. The result still brings a tear to our eye as we show what professional wrestling is all about. And the fact of the matter is, Eddie Guerrero is the embodiment of that because of the emotion that he can draw out of the people that watch him fight. With that being said, that is it from me, and I will see you in the next one.